Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is chapter number 2 about the basic ideas from your textbook, page number 18. If you remember that we discussed about the invisible particles and we discussed a couple of examples here, like the example of perfume or the example of air freshener that you use in the corner of your room, then it will spread everywhere in the room and even you can't see the molecules or these small particles, but you can feel the smell of the perfume everywhere in the room after few seconds when you spray this room. So this process in which the molecules move from the area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration, we name this process as diffusion. So a diffusion is very easy to understand. For this, I'm going to share a screen where the definition of diffusion is mentioned. So please, everyone, you can see here the diffusion. What is diffusion? You can see here this screen and the definition is here. Diffusion means is the movement of substance from an area of higher concentration. What it means? The area of higher concentration. For example, as I just going to draw here a diagram, this beaker, for example, and that is full of any coins, or you can say that marble chips or any small pieces of stones or sand. So it's mean the amount of sand in this beaker is more. But if you see the second beaker here, that is almost empty, nothing in it. Then if you allow and make a hole here, what happened? This sand start to move from here to this side, or the water molecules can move from here to here. Why? Because the amount of these molecules or the particles are more, then they start to move from the area of higher concentration. Here the concentration is high and here they are no or low, you can say that. So that is the movement. This movement is without any force, a close gathering of people or thing. Here you can see that the concentration of the things are more. So these things are start to move from an area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration. That is named as diffusion, or we call this diffusion. Hope you understand about the idea of diffusion very well. Now I'm going to take back you on your textbook page number 18. Here you can see the example of this perfume bottle. You can see that the molecules or the perfume particles are abundant here. There are many particles here. So here the amount of these perfume particles are more. They start to move from everywhere to its mouth because here their amount is more. So you can say that here their concentration is more and they move from higher concentration to the area of its surrounding where the amount of these molecule is less. So we can say that the mixing like this is called diffusion. Hope you understand about the diffusion. If still you have any question about diffusion, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no in the chat now. Hurry up, my dear, quickly. Well done, very nice, excellent. Okay, after understanding the concept of diffusion, I explained you already about a very simple definition of the mixing of this purple color ink, like from potassium magnate that we mix in the water. In these crystals, they start to dissolve. When they start to dissolve in water, what happened? They start to spread, same like the molecules of gas or molecules of this perfume. In the same way, these molecules start to move in the water beaker and they start to spread everywhere. This is also another example of diffusion. So you can say that diffusion can occur in air, in gas, and also in water molecule. And after a couple of minutes, you will observe that everywhere the purple color is present in the colorless liquid. Even you can perform this activity in your home. You can take a glass of water and you can add 1 or 2 drops of ink. So you will observe that the ink particles are start to move everywhere in the glass, and the color of the glass will be after a couple of minutes as you add the ink drops in the glass. So that is another example of diffusion, in which you can observe how the particles move without any force. They move with themselves due to collision, or you can say that just their random motion. Okay. And the most important thing, the area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration. After that, my dear students, I'm going to take you on to this lesson that is on page number 18. From here, now we move next page after page 18, page number 19, particles in solid, liquid and gas. So what are these particles? So before to understand these particles, I have another link for you. So please everyone first open this link and read it carefully. So before to dive into this link, I'm going to share the link with you in the chat. So please everyone read it carefully, quickly. It will take only 1 minute for you to understand this. Now everyone, please open this link. That is about atom. Now everyone please open this link. When you will be click on this link, the window will pop up in front of you is that one. So you can see this screen. Here I'm going to introduce you about the atom. What is an atom? Okay, so you can see here the definition of atom. Introduction. Ancient Greek philosopher Democritus suggested that matter is composed of tiny indivisible particles called atoms. When you're going to discuss about any matter, so they call that time a matter is made up of very small, tiny, which we can't divide, indivisible particles, and they name them as atoms. The name atom was derived from the Latin, the word atomus, meaning indivisible. You can't divide it more. In the beginning of the 19th century, John Dalton put forward atomic theory. According to it, all matter is made up of very small, indivisible particles called atom. So before to go and discuss about the atom, here you can see that the John Dalton and Democritus, the first scientist that used the word atom, that means indivisible. You can't divide it more. According to his theory and according to his concept, he suggested that the matter is made up of very small particles. We name them atoms. So here you also need to know what is a matter. For this, I also have a link for you. So please everyone open this link. Now that I'm going to share with you now, quickly open this link now. So you will be able to know about matter. Here, I also share the screen. So what is a matter? Anything that has mass, anything that has mass and occupies space, as well as all the things around us are examples of matter. In chemistry, we study all types of matter exist in any of 3 physical states. The physical state like solid, liquid or gases. You already discussed and studied in grade 4, 5 or even grade 6 very well. Now, after understanding these things about matter and atom, I'm going to take you back on your textbook page number 19. So here the particles in solids, liquids, and gases. So let's see and discuss them in detail. Our model of solids, liquids, and gases describe the distance between particles and the movement of particles. Here you can see solid. So you can easily see the particles, as we name them atoms, in solid state. They are tightly bounded with one another and they are closely packed. You can see carefully, and they just are stick to one another. But one thing you should keep it in your mind, there is a very little movement. This movement we name as vibration, or we name as vibrating. They are just moving to and fro from their mean position, just like a pendulum. Okay, but in the case of pendulum, it's moved far away. But here we just discuss about that they are just little bit slide another, but don't change their position. Just little bit move right, then move little bit left, then move little bit right, and then move little bit left. So that's same like a vibrating mobile phone, that you have a cell phone in your hand. So if you put it on vibration mode, it will not move from its position, but it's still vibrating. So that is about the solid state. After understanding the solid state, second state we have about the liquids. Now here you can see the particles in the liquid state. When you have, or you're going to see the particle in liquid state, how they look like. They are just mixed with one another. There is no proper arrangement like solids. They are arranged and they are just slide over one another, and the distance between them is little bit more compared to solid state. Okay, so in liquids they are little bit far away, okay, but almost near to each other. And what the molecules are going to do, they are moving very slowly, or you can say that a little movement is present in solid state. Till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no quickly. Hurry up. Well done. Very nice. Excellent, my dear. Okay. Now, after understanding the solid and liquid, now we have the third state of matter, and we name as gas. So in gaseous form or in gas state, the particles or the molecules, you can see that they are far away from each other. You can see the distance between one molecule and the other. Here, they are moving very fastly and they are very far away from each other. They collide with themselves. They also strike with the wall of the container, and quickly they change their directions. So this, the movement that present in the molecule of gas. So you can compare if all these three states and their movement in the particles, how they are look like and how they are bounded to one another. That's a reason when you see a solid material, it will not move from its place. For example, when you see a piece of wood or any piece of iron, it will just as remain as its place. But when you throw a liquid on the floor, it start to move, it start to flow. But in the case of gas, you can see that it's move everywhere. Okay, so that is all about the three states of solid, liquid, and gas. Till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no. Quickly, hurry up. Till here, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no in the chat. Well done. Okay, thank you, Hassan Azim. Excellent. Everyone participating. That's so nice to see. Okay, my dear, after that, as I already shared the screen and I explained you about the definition of atom, so let's discuss this in detail again. Scientists believe that everything is made up from tiny particles. You know these particles. But what are these particles like? This is a difficult question because nobody has even seen one. They are too small. As I explained you, the atoms or the molecules, they are too small. We can't see them. So scientists have had to think up ideas which explain the things they can see. So around 1805, John Dalton put forward his ideas. He thought that the smallest particle were like tiny hard snooker balls, very small, tiny snooker balls. They could not be split, mean to say indivisible. He called these particles or these tiny hard snooker balls as atoms. Okay, Dalton suggested that there were just a few dozen different types of atoms. This only the suggestion, or you can say that the thinking of Dalton. He made up a list from substances which would not be broken down at that time. According to Dalton, he thinks that the atom, the smallest particle, like a small ball of snooker like this, he thinks that you can't split it more. It is unable to divide. So what he suggests and what he say, because it is undividable or it is very small, so then what he say, listen carefully. He made up a list from substances which cannot be broken down at that. He explained the millions of different substances on Earth. Quite simply, the atom could join together in different combinations to make new substances. According to him, he said that there is also a Dalton's theory. If you're going to find, you can easily find and read it about that. He said that all the matter, all the things are formed with the combination of different substances, okay? And these all combine with the different combination of atoms. Many of Dalton's ideas are still useful today. Can you think of any he got wrong? So that is an assignment for you. You should try to find out if his theory or his idea is wrong, which one is that? So the last part of the lesson here today that we're going to discuss, there are 92 different types of atom found naturally on Earth. There are many, but here in your book, it's only mentioned 92. So you just understand only this one. But nowadays, scientists are going to research and they find more and more different atoms. Okay, there are 92 different types of atoms found naturally on Earth. Your body is made up from just 26 of these. So what it means, he tells that there are total, sorry, 92 elements, okay, or 92 atoms. Out of these 92, your and my body is made up of 26 different types of atoms like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, these all the names. So the remaining you should find, that is your assignment. So you need to find out the 26 elements and make a list, and then you should send me or you should share tomorrow, inshallah, in the next period. So that is all about today's lesson. Till here, my dear students, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, type no. Quickly. Hurry up, my dear. Well done, very nice.